in the morning.
Welcome back to our daily deep dive into the scandalous, thrilling world of Genoa City. Today is a fantastic day to dissect the absolute chaos unfolding on our screens. Let us jump right into the drama. The air in the room is practically crackling with unresolved tension and dangerous electricity. The highly anticipated meeting between Lily Winters and Kane Ashby is finally taking place, and it promises to bring some incredibly exciting surprises for the audience. These two have a history that is written in the stars but scarred by endless betrayals, lies, and corporate espionage. Right now, they are standing on the precipice of a massive shift in power. Lily has just been handed the keys to Chancellor Industries by Victor Newman, a move that shocked the entire business world. But instead of taking the throne herself, she has placed Kane in the CEO seat. This decision has sent shockwaves through the city, especially after Billy Abbott publicly exposed Kane's secret, corrupt dealings with Victor to secure that very position. The atmosphere between Lily and Kane is thick with unspoken questions. Can she truly trust him again? Is Kane genuinely seeking redemption, or is he just playing another long con? Every glance they share is loaded with a decade of passionate love and devastating heartbreak. Meanwhile, the Newman matriarch is never one to sit idly by while power shifts in her city. Nikki Newman is on the prowl, and her target is none other than Lily Winters. Nikki is a master of the elegant interrogation. She approaches Lily with a smile that does not quite reach her calculating eyes. Nikki is determined to extract every single detail about the Chancellor deal directly from Lily. She wants to know exactly what Victor promised, what the terms are, and why on earth Lily would hand the reins over to someone as historically unreliable as Kane Ashby. Nikki complains bitterly about Kane running the show. She views him as an outsider, a fraud who has repeatedly proven he cannot handle the immense weight of a legacy company. Nikki's frustration is palpable. She hates seeing any piece of the Newman or Chancellor pie being mishandled. She probes Lily's mind, looking for weaknesses, looking for any sign that Lily isn't over her head. Lily, to her credit, stands her ground, but the psychological warfare is intense. Nikki uses her sheer presence as a weapon, reminding Lily that playing in the big leagues with Victor Newman always comes with a hidden, devastating cost. Speaking of Kane, his new position of power is making him a massive target. He is about to find himself in a highly tense, explosive situation with Devin Winters. Devin is absolutely livid. He corners Kane. The confrontation is brutal. Their turns freezing cold. Devin does not play games. He steps closer. His eyes are dark. He issues a warning. If Kane hurts Lily's heart again, he will pay. If Kane does anything to damage the sacred legacy of Catherine Chancellor, Devin will destroy him. Period. The short, sharp delivery of Devin's threat leaves no room for misinterpretation. Devin is fiercely protective of his sister and the empire that Catherine built. He remembers the pain Kane has caused in the past, the lies, the manipulation, the emotional torture. Devin will not allow history to repeat itself on his watch. He makes it abundantly clear that Kane is on probation, not just with the board, but with the entire Winters family. Kane tries to maintain his composure, but the sheer weight of Devin's fury is a heavy burden to bear. Across town, another corporate warrior is making her moves. Phyllis Summers has officially accepted Victor's offer regarding Arabesque, and she is not about to let Kane Ashby forget it. Phyllis tracks Kane down to deliver the news personally. She wants to see the look on his face. She informs Kane that his former company, the very entity he tried to build, now belongs entirely to her. She expects him to be devastated. She expects him to crumble. But Kane plays it cool. He acts completely unbothered. He smirks. He dismisses her. He argues that Arabesque is useless now. Victor destroyed it. It is nothing but a hollow shell. Kane insists that Phyllis has inherited a sinking ship, but Phyllis is relentless. She laughs in his face. She predicts that she will achieve massive, unprecedented success. Why? Because she has Lauren Fenmore Baldwin by her side. The legendary partnership is back in action. Phyllis knows that with Lauren's fashion expertise and her own ruthless business acumen, they will turn Arabesque into a global powerhouse. Then, the narrative takes a massive, unexpected turn. Following her confrontation with Kane, Phyllis makes a fascinating and highly dangerous discovery. Some incredibly sensitive information accidentally falls into her lap. Perhaps it is a leaked document. Perhaps it is a whispered conversation she overhears in the corridors of the Grand Phoenix. Whatever it is, Phyllis suddenly holds the key to Victor Newman's darkest current secret. She realizes that Victor is using Matt Clark as a corporate spy to infiltrate Chancellor Industries and deceive Kane. And this is the moment I almost screamed at the screen. Phyllis holding the ultimate trump card against Victor Newman is the equivalent of handing a pyromaniac a flamethrower. She immediately begins calculating how to use this explosive intelligence to her absolute advantage. Will she blackmail Victor? Will she warn Kane and form a temporary and holy alliance to destroy Victor's espionage ring? The sheer potential for chaos is intoxicating. Phyllis is back in her element, manipulating the shadows and preparing to strike when her enemies least expect it. Behind the ruthless corporate warfare, a deeply tragic and terrifying storyline is quietly unfolding. Nikki Newman's health is deteriorating at an alarming rate. The agonizing headaches are returning with a vengeance. Her vision is blurring at the edges. She tries to hide the pain behind her flawless makeup and designer clothes, but the facade is rapidly crumbling. Every step she takes feels like walking through quicksand. The fear is consuming her from the inside out. Is this a severe relapse of her multiple sclerosis, or is it something far more sinister? The whispered fears of a brain tumor are echoing in the back of her mind. Nikki is a proud woman. She hates showing weakness. She hates being a burden. But the physical agony is becoming impossible to conceal. She is fighting a silent, terrifying battle within her own body, and the isolation of her illness is breaking her spirit. Victoria Newman is incredibly observant, and she is watching her mother fall apart. As Nikki's health worsens, Victoria becomes increasingly frantic. The sheer terror of losing her mother is paralyzing. Victoria cannot bear to see the strongest woman she knows reduced to trembling hands and whispered cries of pain. Desperate for comfort and a sounding board, Victoria eventually shares her deepest, darkest fears with Claire Newman. This mother-daughter bonding moment is profound and heartbreaking. Victoria breaks down, confessing her absolute terror that Nikki might not survive this crisis. Claire, who has endured her own horrific traumas, provides a steady, comforting presence. The generational trauma of the Newman women is on full display as they brace themselves for a medical nightmare. Victoria knows they cannot wait any longer. They need professional help before it is too late. Nikki knows she cannot outrun this illness forever. She needs answers, no matter how terrifying they might be. She will inevitably have to schedule a formal appointment with a specialist, but the anxiety of a clinical setting is overwhelming. In the upcoming episodes, it is highly likely that Nikki will seek out Nate Hastings for a discreet, off-the-record medical opinion first. Nate is family. He is trusted. He understands the extreme need for privacy when dealing with the Newman family. Nikki will likely confide her symptoms to Nate, detailing the blinding pain and the terrifying moments of disorientation. Nate's medical expertise will be crucial in guiding Nikki toward the right specialists and preparing her for the harsh reality of her diagnosis. This secret consultation will add a layer of intense emotional weight to Nate's storyline, as he carries the burden of the Newman matriarch's failing health. While his family is facing a medical crisis, Victor Newman is entirely focused on his ruthless games of manipulation. He summons Matt Clark for another tense, clandestine meeting. Victor has further instructions for his reluctant pawn. Matt is visibly uncomfortable. He hates this assignment. He wants to escape his dark, violent past. He wants to prove he can be a better man. But Victor gives him no choice. Prison or obedience. The walls close in. Victor's voice is low. His tone is absolute. He demands total compliance. He orders Matt to continue deceiving Kane Ashby. He wants every detail of Chancellor Industries' operations. Matt tries to protest. He tries to appeal to Victor's sense of humanity, but Victor has none when it comes to his enemies. He crushes Matt's resistance with a single, icy glare. Matt is trapped in a suffocating web of blackmail, forced to betray the very people he is pretending to befriend. The psychological toll on Matt Clark is immense. He is a man fractured by amnesia and guilt, desperately trying to piece together a moral compass that was shattered decades ago. Every lie he tells Kane Ashby eats away at his fragile conscience. He knows that Victor is using him as a disposable weapon, a human drone sent into enemy territory. Matt's internal conflict is a fascinating study in character development. He is a historic villain being forced to commit corporate espionage against his will. The tension is palpable every time he enters a room with Kane. He has to smile, offer fake advice, and pretend to be a loyal confidant, all while memorizing Kane's vulnerabilities to report back to the Newman Ranch. The sheer anxiety of being caught by Kane, or worse, being discarded by Victor, is pushing Matt to the absolute brink of a psychological breakdown. Kane Ashby, for all his business acumen, is currently blinded by his desperate need to prove himself. He is so focused on impressing Lily and solidifying his power at Chancellor Industries that he is failing to see the snake in the grass. He accepts Matt's overtures of friendship because he needs allies. He needs people who are not constantly judging him for his past mistakes. This vulnerability makes him the perfect target for Victor's espionage ring. Kane is unwittingly handing over the keys to his strategy, completely unaware that his new friend is reporting directly to the man who wants to destroy him. The dramatic irony is thick enough to cut with a knife. The audience knows that Kane is walking straight into a devastating trap, and the anticipation of the inevitable explosion is keeping us all on the edge of our seats. Lily Winters is carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Not only is she dealing with the intense scrutiny of appointing Kane as CEO, but she is also managing the complex, often hostile dynamics of her extended family. Devon's fury, Jill's impending wrath, and Nikki's manipulative interrogations are creating a toxic environment around her. Lily has to project absolute strength and unwavering confidence, even when she is privately terrified that she has made a catastrophic mistake. Her interactions with Kane are laced with a desperate hope that he will not make her regret her decision. She is risking her entire professional reputation, and potentially her family's legacy, on Kane's redemption. The stress is monumental, and every move she makes is being analyzed by predators waiting for her to stumble. The rivalry between Phyllis and Kane over the remnants of Arabesque is more than just a business dispute. It is a clash of massive egos. Phyllis sees Arabesque as her phoenix moment. It is her chance to prove to Victor, to Daniel, to the entire city that she cannot be defeated. Bringing Lauren Fenmore Baldwin into the fold is a masterstroke. Lauren brings legitimacy, fashion royalty status, and a fierce loyalty that Phyllis desperately needs. Kane's dismissal of their potential only fuels Phyllis's fire. She wants to crush him. She wants to build an empire that eclipses whatever he is trying to do at Chancellor. The corporate landscape of Genoa City is being redrawn, and the battle lines are clearly marked. It is going to be a spectacular war of aesthetics, marketing, and sheer, unadulterated ambition. The true brilliance of this upcoming week lies in how these disparate storylines are destined to collide. Phyllis's discovery of Victor's secret deal with Matt Clark is the linchpin. If Phyllis exposes Matt, Kane will realize he has been played, which will ignite a massive retaliation against Victor. This corporate explosion will happen exactly as Nikki's health crisis reaches a terrifying climax, pulling Victor's attention away from his empire and toward his dying wife. The emotional and professional stakes have never been higher. Every character is operating on a razor's edge, holding secrets that could destroy their rivals or obliterate their own lives. The writing is sharp, the tension is relentless, and the performances are guaranteed to be phenomenal. As we brace ourselves for the fallout, one thing is absolutely certain: Genoa City will never be the same. The fragile alliances are crumbling. The blackmail schemes are reaching their breaking points. The medical emergencies are threatening to tear families apart. Victor Newman thinks he holds all the cards, but he is completely unaware of the rogue elements like Phyllis Summers and a reluctant Matt Clark that are about to blow his master plan to pieces. The stage is set for a week of unparalleled drama, heartbreak, and shocking revelations. Will these explosive secrets tear the very fabric of Genoa City apart, or will a new, terrifying alliance rise from the ashes?